Here's what I found on the web for how do I get Dat Stank.
I feel like there's an explosion happening in the more affordable end of the analog synth market right now. Shit's way more available. A lot of bedroom producers are probably thinking like, hey, that might be a cool thing to have. So I guess the question is like, what do you like about having analog or even just hardware, like virtual analog synths? What do you like about having physical synths as opposed to, the in the box joints?
I mean, we've talked about one thing that, and it might not answer the question directly about analog synths, but we've talked about how like buying instruments and things that you can create with is never a bad investment. So like things like guitars, drums, percussion instruments, synths, keyboards, anything that can make noise and you can, play notes with and maybe write songs on, is never a bad investment. So that goes hand in hand with analog synths. And now I can answer the question with the analog synths. So I like before I had access to all these analog synths from Chris. These are all Chris's. I was always about, I don't need to buy analog synths. I have plugins and it's just going to take up space and I'm not going to be able to work them into, it's going to be hard to find them a way to get them into my workflow because, I just like using, a mouse and a keyboard. And then I started to have access to them and I realized just how fun it is using them and how enjoyable it is actually being able to like manipulate the knobs and not to mention the sound. The sound is great, but regardless of which sounds better, the software synthesizers or the analog synthesizers, that's like doesn't even matter. If they sounded the same, I would still want to have a few. Let's just say they were both. There was no analog; it was all digital. I would still want to have a hardware synth because of. It's just cool to have your hands on an actual synth and be able to manipulate it.
I agree completely. Like I have a Roland Gaia here and it's like, it's digital. It's virtual analog. Like it's basically a box with a plug-in in it. Mm-hmm. But like just being able to touch it is good, like same thing with like the micro Korg or like whatever, any cheap thing with knobs that you can just like mess with. Is great. Like it doesn't need to have an analog oscillator and an analog filter section. Like it's more about being able to run MIDI through it and just manipulate it in a totally feel-based way. Which like you can set that up with a controller. You can map a lot of knobs, like you can make that happen in software, but it takes time and it takes forethought and planning and all this stuff. And that's like not really what it's about. It's about having things right in front of you that you can grab, like that's where the benefit of it comes in. So I love it. I don't know.
I mean, I even have a bunch of those little, I brought this up before, but there's a bunch of those little like Casios. I love buying like cheap, shitty keyboards and things that make noise because it's just, I don't know. It's fun to have them around. And they're just interesting and unique ways of making noise that, not everybody has. And yeah. What do you got there, Chris? You got any I
would say
Casio keyboards?
Say again.
Nothing.
Oh, I was just saying that or thinking rather that I like what I would gravitate towards these days if I were to like as far as the setup and analog and I'm really into like the idea of getting more mods. And I think having one good pair of keys is like good, because you obviously want to have your own.
Like modules?
Sorry, like the synth mods.
You mean, you just mean like a synthesizer without the actual
keys, right? Yeah, just the box. And just because like at that point, it's like you have those two synths behind you, and obviously like those. Well, actually, I don't even know how old the like product of like having a synth mod is. Like I don't know what the first one was. You know what I'm saying?
There was always modules. They always had modules and rack mount synth modules for forever.
Right. Like, so but that you can connect a MIDI controller to.
Yeah, always. Yeah, MIDI's been around since the 80s.
Since fucking the 80s. But yeah, no, just like whatever. Just
Before MIDI, though, you're right. They probably didn't have modules. But MIDI's, I don't know. MIDI, let's see. I don't know. When was MIDI invented? In 1970, late 70s? Early?
Made in 1954 in Dusseldorf.
Hold on. I'm checking it right now. But yeah, I mean, all these new Behringer synths are definitely, why wouldn't you buy one of
That's what
these?
I'm saying. It's like the step in between buying a whole synth and buying a virtual synth is just buying like a mod that you can.
1981. Originates in a paper published by Dave Smith and Chet Wood of Sequential Circuits. Hey,
Whoa.
profits.
There it is.
Wait, they invented MIDI?
Dave Smith.
God damn.
Dave Smith Instruments. It says it right on the thing.
Dave Smith, the god.
Dave Smith.
Should we learn about Dave Smith? You guys want to?
Dude, Dave Silverstein, not Dave Smith. I think we should.
Better Dave.
In
Almighty Dave.
his own mind.
I think we should get a Dave Smith poster for the studio there, just as a little, homage.
I don't even know what he looks like. Maybe he's really ugly.
Dude, he's a babe.
He's a babe. He's got to be, dude. You want to find a picture of him? Hold on. We're
I'm gonna
gonna
make a virtual background. Oh, this is not Zoom. I can't do that.
Let's find a picture of Dave Smith. I wanted to read about him first. Let's read about him. Okay, let's see. Dave Smith, Prophet 5, father of MIDI. That's what he's called. Though, imagine you were called the father of MIDI.
Dude, unbelievable.
Come on,
Whoa.
father of MIDI. That's like
Father of mine.
I would have everyone call me that, like my whole family.
Yeah,
Like,
Papa
call me,
MIDI.
call me Papa MIDI. Yeah, call me Dad and MIDI.
MIDI.
Oh, let's see. He purchased a Mini Moog in 1972 and later built his own analog sequencer, founding Sequential Circuits in 1974, advertising his product in Rolling Stone.
What a
He's
genius.
a cool guy. Let's see what he looks like now. Is he okay? This is 2015 Dave Smith. Handsome for a man.
He's aging very well.
Handsome for a man. Let's get him on there. Hey. Do we have any better angles?
That's the Papa Mid right there.
That's Daddy MIDI. Oh my God, he is handsome.
All right,
I'm seriously, I kind of have a crush on Dave Smith here. You know what's funny is there's a comedian named Dave Smith. you know who he is, right, John?
No, I don't.
Oh no, you don't. Oh, he's just
Oh well, I can see him right there in the Google image.
Well, he's a
search
libertarian political comic.
Oh, John, you know him, right? He's a libertarian.
Okay, all right, Dave Smith, there he is.
Libertarians definitely classically known for their sense of humor.
I don't know.
Funny
John, get your politics out of here. You're trying to wedge it in this fucking episode. Get it the fuck out of here. I swear to God, don't you do it. We're keeping this nice and fun. Dave Smith, look at that guy. He's happy.
Yeah.
Look at how many profits and cool stuff he's got back there.
I built these synths.
Yeah. How do you even?
Yeah, what's he got to be sad about? I mean, come on.
I know.
Yeah, he's rich as fuck. Everyone plays his shit.
I know. I gotta look more into this.
He does all
probably
of
an interesting character, man. Father MIDI. Well, we learn something new every day, guys.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Just stick with us. You'll learn everything you need to know.
Unless you already knew that, in which case, sorry.
Come on.
Yeah,
How many people do you think that would listen to this know who Dave Smith is and know
half
what we just half? You're crazy. You're crazy. Write in. Let us know.
If you know who Dave Smith is.
I'm betting Chris $50.
500
and a back rub.
Oof. High stakes.
Really,
the name is on the synth, and we just never looked it up. Shame on us.
I mean, everyone. I feel like everyone who makes synths is just an egomaniac. They have to put their name on it. Bob Moog, Dave Smith. What else is there? Oberheim, that guy's last name.
Oberheim, yeah. Kurzweil.
Dude, they're egomaniacs. I'm telling you, these guys.
Think about
it. Call it something else.
Well, they're all like electrical engineer types that they love like Tesla, Edison. It's that's the thing. Bob it's Moog I invented this shit.
This is the Bob Moog. Yeah. They want
machine.